Now, when does Girl in Room 13 premiere?
September 17th.
Okay,
Oh,
and
soon.
so it's coming up. And that movie starred Anne Heche, which was the last movie she did before she passed away, correct?
Yes.
So you, and this was, what month did you film?
We shot in May and June. So
Of this
basically,
year.
yeah. And we were, I'll be honest, I was definitely a little nervous because I had heard, she's crazy, she's this, she's that. And so I went into it with trepidation, but it turned out we had two friends in common, and that really made me approach her with
Disarmed.
like a pure, it
Mhm.
made me just go, you know what? Fuck everybody else. Look at this person
Right,
as
right.
what I heard her to be, which is lovely, a true artist, professional, passionate, brilliant, even, and that's what she was. She was really all of those things. And she had been abused in childhood, and it's all over. She's written about it.
Yes.
So I'm not speaking out of turn. And she's dedicated herself to being an advocate against violence against women. And that's what this film is about. So she came with like her A game to like, she was like, we're going to get an Emmy. She gave it everything she had. I mean, I knew she was definitely suffering, but she did a great job in this movie.
She did good work.
She did phenomenal work.
Okay,
Her
so you were in
performance.
Canada. You were
We were in
on
Canada.
location.
Yeah.
May and June.
Yeah.
So you obviously, she was the star of the movie. You
Yeah.
directed it. So you became, you got very close to her.
100%, especially because we were like-minded about the purpose of the film, to draw attention to sex trafficking, human trafficking, and and we did a PSA around it with a nonprofit called Polaris. And I mean, she was bringing everything she had to make an impact against human trafficking, and did a great job.
And real quick, as the synopsis is, it is a thriller. It sheds light on the grisly world of human trafficking as it follows a woman working relentlessly to find her daughter abducted by her former love interest that intends to sell her off.
Exactly. So the moral of the story, Doug, is do not buy into any of the love bombing that comes your way because you're famous as a host on Jeff Lewis Live.
It's another rom-com.
The love bombing is definitely an indication that something is wrong.
You've talked about love bombing a lot.
I do it all the time. And then I'm reading this quote from you. It says, that's one of the many reasons I love working with Lifetime, because they have a real sense of responsibility around these tough topics. I mean, that was kind of a kiss-ass statement.
It's true, though. It's true. Okay, but anyway. Mwah, I love you,
Yes,
Lifetime.
love you, Lifetime.
Liz has that on her computer. It's just a form
I
letter.
really would have been good at politics. I mean, maybe the Jeff Lewis Live listeners don't think so, but I generally...
They see through bullshit.
They see
and
through my
that
bullshit.
is
Yes.
bullshit.
Exactly.
She wrote the same one to Hallmark 2 weeks ago.
I just want
CBS
to
has
say we're so
NBC.
passionate about violence against women. No, but there is a
Your
whole...
publicist did a great job at that one.
There is a platform at Lifetime about violence against women, and they do very much focus on movies that have that as a theme, and that was very important to Anne. I do want to say in her dying that there is a mission behind this movie that I know was really important to her because she experienced violence as a little girl, and Lifetime really does have that commitment. So I just want to say that everybody go see Girl in Room 13.
Okay, but
Yes.
in hindsight,
Yes.
were there any sort of signs that you've now noticed at the time, kind of like now gone back to it and like, well, that was kind of a red flag
red
that she
flag.
was in trouble?
I don't think that there was any red flag like that. I just knew that she was fragile. I knew she was a soul that suffered. I had rehearsed with her for countless hours. I had directed her in really vulnerable scenes. I know she had pain. I don't know what happened that morning, but she was really an incredible person. And I'm so sad that everything happened the way it did, but I'm also like fly free, like beautiful Anne. Like she was suffering in ways that I can't comprehend, but I know a lot of it when, was in regards to her abuse as a child. And she's just a beautiful spirit. She was a phenomenal artist. And unfortunately, she had a substance abuse problem. And I don't know why it went so unchecked or why she didn't get the help she needed, but I wasn't in her intimate circle.
Was there any sort of sign that she was on any sort of prescription medications, narcotics at the time that she was
because,
filming with
listen,
you?
I want to say this. She came to work on time. She stayed late after her last scene. She knew her lines. She was focused. She elevated all the actors. She challenged them to do a better job. Her performance is so raw that I mean, she is what she was, and she could have been, a real movie star, and I think she was at a time.
Yeah.
And, whatever the mental health issues were or substance abuse issues, I don't know it intimately, but no, on this set, she was a pro.
Yes.
And she brought her A game, definitely.
Okay.
That's good to hear.
Now, from what I understand, there were narcotics in her bloodstream as well as alcohol at the time of the accident. Do you have any sort of indication that she was either drinking while filming with you or using any sort of prescription medication? Was there any strange behavior? Was there any... I'm just curious.
No, I don't think so.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean,
Okay.
I feel like, look, she may have rolled in with a hangover, but who hasn't done that?
Right.
And I just feel very, very protective of Anne, and I really this being her last performance really feels like a privilege, and I want her kids to know that she was an incredible professional and did a great job in the film, and I hope it speaks for her forever in her memory.
Well, I will say the movies that you do that I, like Girl in the Basement, they are very depressing and dark. And I have to, if I was involved with a movie,
This is pretty
I
dark.
might drive my
You
car
might-
to someone's garage.
And you might abuse substances on a daily basis.
I mean, it's
Right.
like they're not light comedies.
Well, get ready to get your wine bottle out for September 17th because this is definitely
Is this
not
That's
going
when
to
it
make
comes out?
this is not going to make you giggle, okay?
I mean, I actually really want to see it. I want to see it.
I
I'm sure a
hope-
lot of us do want to see her last performance.
I hope everybody feels that way. They won't be disappointed.
So it premieres on Lifetime on September 17th.
Yeah.
Now, when was the last time you spoke to Anne before she died?
The last time we spoke was a couple of days before she had her accident, and she was really excited about the movie. She had left me a message saying that this was the best experience. Maybe she tells that to all the directors that she works with, but no, she and I had a bond. The trust was built. She wanted to see the film together. I said, I'm sorry, I'm in New York. I can't. But, I'll be back in a couple of weeks. And so we were excited to see each other. And, look, I'm not unaware of her history. So I will just say that I didn't find it surprising. I found it tragic and horrible.
You weren't surprised
No, I don't think
when she died.
I wasn't surprised that there was an accident, that it was questionable, this and that. But I will say that that's more from the history, but not from my experience, because she showed up in every way. She gave me 150%. And I know she wanted to do it for herself. I think she wanted to come back.
Yeah.
She wanted to do it for Lifetime because they've been so supportive of her. She's done so many movies for them. And she wanted to do it for the cause. Like, she was for real.